Hello, spring football fans, UFL fans. I know I'm going to be late in this video, but I'm on vacation this week. I'm in Myrtle Beach as I speak. Now let's get into the rankings. Number 8, I got the Memphis Showboats. Even though they got one win, they have shown me absolutely nothing the entire year. Number 7, I got the Arlington Renegades. Despite the fact they're 0-6, they have a lot better than their record shows. They have played in some real competitive games, and I will say they probably played in the two most exciting games of the year, with them going on the road and losing to St. Louis, and last week's game against the Michigan Panthers. Now, if you feel differently, put your comments down below. Number 6, I got the Houston Roughnecks. Number 5, I got the DC Defenders. Number 4, I have the San Antonio. I got the San Antonio Browns. I'm actually with the Michigan Panthers in number 3. I got the Battlehawks number 2, and the Birmingham Stallions, of course, number 1. Now, the 5 most things from week 6. 1, Birmingham is still the best team. I know I keep repeating myself, but it's true. They are the best team. Number 2, last week's DC win was huge for the league. Because if they lose that game, your Final Four is set, and you're down to one game we're talking about this week only, St. Louis and Birmingham. With DC winning, that Michigan-DC game becomes big, and so does the St. Louis-San Antonio game for the Brahmas. No matter what happens in the other two games, it's going to be a big game. So that's pretty important for the league. Number 3, Jake Bates. My goodness, 5 for 5. Another 60-yarder and hits the game winner. Can we at least say he could be the Michigan Panther team MVP? And at least put him in contention for offensive MVP, even though A.J. McCarron is probably going to get, and deservedly so, as Adrian Martinez also is making his way up there? I'm just saying. Number 4, the Rains last week were good. First game, 929,000. I believe was the ABC game. I'm trying to remember what game it was. But then the other 3 Fox games were pretty damn good also. The DC San Antonio game did about 956,000. The last game of the weekend drew 1.2 million plus. And the other game drew 829,000. Those are some very good numbers, considering this is a big week for whether we're going to have a decent regular season the rest of the way or not. And the numbers came through. Now, I really feel with DC winning this last week, the numbers are going to be even better. And number 5, the USFL continues not to hold their weight in attendance. Say what you want. Now, St. Louis, been a lot of trash talking on these social media sites between the Birmingham and St. Louis. St. Louis, you have your chance this week to prove everyone wrong and make a big statement by beating Birmingham on the road. That's going to be a good game. DC, Michigan is going to be a good game for both teams. Especially, that'd be more important for DC because DC is on the outside looking in right now. Michigan still has a cushion. That should be a good game. And no matter what happens, that San Antonio-Houston game is going to be important for San Antonio this week, no matter what happens in the 2 games. It could be I'm trying to keep up. I have a chance to catch up to St. Louis. Who knows? So the fact that the San Antonio game is the last game of the weekend, I think is actually good for the league. Just one of those things. So that's my week of observations. The Rains were great. We have some work to do in attendance. Hopefully next week, Rock, if it's not too much trouble, if you could put on a jersey and go to Detroit for a week and just advertise the Michigan Panthers and do the same in Memphis, that'd be great. We don't need pictures of you working out with your energy drink, watching the XFL on TV. We need you to be doing something about the marketing of this league. Now, the good thing is, though, I am very hopeful because the TV ratings have been very good. But boy, we got some work to do on some of these attendance people. And Birmingham, you're 2 defending champions. You're 6-0. You're facing St. Louis, what may feel to be the preview of the championship game, me included. Can we draw at least 20,000 this week? Can we draw 20,000? In fact, better yet, can we shut the St. Louis fans up? And I love the St. Louis fans, by the way. But can we get to 30? This is a big game. And it'd be good for you guys to come out. Now, the game is going to be a Saturday, I think 4 o'clock game or 3 o'clock game, which means 2 or 3 p.m. Central Time. Depending on the weather, hopefully it's not too hot and humid. Right now, while I'm in South Carolina, I'm dealing with, yesterday was 96 degrees. Today, right now, it's about 82 and cloudy. Not going to be any cooler down there. But it's a big game. Come out and support the team, support the league. DC fans, we drew 14,000 last week. There's a big game this week. We're right back at it. This is the last of our 3-game homestand before we go on the road for 2. Let's send them off with another win. There's a big game. We're 2 games behind St. Louis, 1 game behind San Antonio. We split with San Antonio. We got 1 game left with St. Louis. And we got a pretty tough schedule ahead of us. I know our last home game is against Arlington, but Arlington has given us fits. And that is not a guaranteed win by any chance of the means. Michigan's got a good team this year. We still have a game against Memphis, but, DC is not that good. We should be taking any game lightly right now. So some big games this week. The only game that's not big is going to be that boring Memphis Arlington game. A game that really means nothing other than pride. So fans, let me know what you thought about week 6. Am I wrong? Am I right? Do I got some things right? Do I got some things wrong? Put your comments down below. Love to hear your opinion. For the love of football, go UFL, and we'll talk to you real soon.